What's your favorite Christmas song? I mean, I find myself singing these happy little ditties all the time, even in the that's around me, and they often bring me a little bit of light for a few minutes. I mean, I kind of need them. I love listening to some of those songs because it's been colder and the sun seems to set a little earlier, and there's this heavy weight of the world that just sometimes seems to be weighing me down. And as I wait for this anticipation for Christmas, well, I think some of these songs, they help us to wait with hope, which is what we're looking for. You know, this last week I've been looking at Mary's journey in all of this Christmas stuff. This young woman who said yes to Jesus when God asks her to take on one of the most wonderful, challenging, and uncertain journeys of faith, to give birth to God, our Savior. And we only walk with her really for a couple of weeks during each year, but her journey started, we forget, with 9 months of carrying this glimmer of hope and light before giving birth. My guess is that she found strength in her faith and in her promises of God, but it also must have been a struggle. This change, a complete change in direction for her life, this uncertain future that lay before her must have been terrifying in some things. I mean, one of the first things she does is she goes to her cousin Elizabeth for support and encouragement, and then she journeys with Joseph, her husband, into this birth. But one of my favorite parts is that early part in the story when she does go to her cousin. In Luke chapter 1, Mary sings her soul song, what we call the Magnificat, which tells us about her trust that something new is coming, that she will be part of this new thing, and it will change her and the world. It's a song about God's mercy, God's love, God's promises of lifting up those that are struggling and making wrong what is right in the world, for the whole of people and Mary herself. And when Jesus comes into this world, this song is unraveled into a Savior that brought us the hope that we sing about in our Christmas songs, from Silent Night to Joy of the World to simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Well, maybe, though, we need to sing these songs a little differently this year. I mean, I love that they remind us of times past that we hope to remember, maybe even reclaim, where family is gathered and memories have been made. Well, that's so important. But I also think we need to sing like Mary does of what's coming. That we're invited to sing these songs as songs of hope and promise, of a God who loves us and is bringing new life and light into the world. Songs of this season can also point to the future that God has in front of us, so that when we do struggle, when the darkness seems to take over, and when the fear and the hopelessness seem too overwhelming, that we can join with Mary in faith and hope that God will guide us into the future, continue to be the Savior that we need. What song are you singing? I invite you to join me in singing this first Christmas song, a song of Mary, a song of mercy and love and justice and hope.